woke up screaming every night. Whenever the dreams came, the faces of all those lost souls. The ones I didn't save, and the ones I killed. And of course, the worst of all was her. Where am I?
Here.
What was that? Slowly, my eyes were getting used to the darkness. I looked around. It looked like a prison cell. I saw people all around me. Some of them were writhing in pain. Others, completely still. I moved towards the voice. Who are you? Your name. Can you tell me your name? I'm here to help you. Give me your hand. I reached out to the young woman, and then, suddenly, I knew who she was. She had only one hand. The other, the left, had been cut off. The stump wrapped in blood-soaked rags. I could see madness in her eyes. You're Sandra.
Who?
Sandra Valentine, the daughter of Freddie Valentine, a small-time crook. He had talked to me and my new partner, Suko. His daughter had been kidnapped by a criminal organization called the Black Dragon. They had sent him her right hand in a box. Sandra, listen to me. I need your help. I'm going to get you out of here. Sandra!
I'm not here. There's nothing left of me. And soon there'll only be...
What? There'll be what?
the Heilong! The Black Dragon.
The door opened, and a bright light fell into the cell. I blinked, and then I saw, at first, he was just a dark shape, backlit by the light in the corridor.
Mr. Sinclair.
Dominic Lawrence, you son of a bitch. Lawrence had once been a professor of Chinese history at the British Museum. I had come to talk to him, but I walked straight into his trap. The man was insane. He fancied himself the Demonos, a high priest of sorts. He was wearing a mask. It made his face look like that of a lizard, but the muscles were moving.
Oh, how very touching. You're hoping to save her, aren't you, Sinclair? Look at her. Look.
And then I saw she wasn't mad. That was something else. Her eyes were completely black. What did you do to her?
I took her soul. She's alive, but inside there's nothing but darkness. Come now, both of you. I want you to meet your queen. I want you to meet the dragon.
Miss Perkins.
48 hours ago in Hong Kong, the Black Dragon kidnapped a man named Nicholas Croydon and inserted an organism into his body. And there, it grew bigger. Back in London, John Sinclair and his new partner, Inspector Suko, were supposed to find Croydon, but things hadn't worked out as planned. Sinclair was taken prisoner, and Croydon was killed. The high priest of the Black Dragon had cut the creature out of Croydon's stomach, and the dragon was born.
Sinclair, his radio watch picked up a GPS signal.
Where?
14 miles east of London. Look at this monitor. Right here. That's where they're keeping him. An abandoned water treatment plant in Amesbury. It hasn't been used in 40 years. 6 months ago, it was bought by a Hong Kong investment fund. That's where they are. The Black Dragon.
Good work, Mr. Suko.
The Amesbury Municipal Water Treatment Facility had been built in the 1950s, but it was decommissioned just 20 years later, following a scandal over pollution levels. Since then, the vast area and its massive empty halls had fallen into disrepair. The only people who came here were homeless or drug addicts. The government had put up a fence, but it didn't do much good. The grounds were covered with graffiti and broken glass. The black, armored limousine came to a halt and stood for a few moments in front of the chain-link fence. Then, it flashed its headlights, giving a signal. 4 men, dressed all in black, opened the gate and the car slowly drove into the courtyard. But outside the compound, someone was watching.
Will you look at that?
Slim Freddy Valentine had sent his men to trail John Sinclair and Inspector Suko. Freddy was intent on finding his daughter. Now, he was getting ready to make his move. He was watching the limousine through a pair of binoculars.
What do you see, boss?
Black armored car. 4 men. Take a look.
Only 4 guys? They must have more than that.
Yeah. I wonder.
What?
Who's in the car?
What do you want us to do, boss?
Hit 'em with everything we've got. I'm gonna get my daughter back.
All right, boys. Let's dance.
Got it.
From one of the access roads, a medium-sized lorry approached, racing towards the fence. It made no sign of stopping. It just kept going and going. Less than 5 yards before the fence, the driver's door opened and the man behind the wheel leapt out, but the lorry kept on going. The lorry crashed through the fence and slammed into a concrete column. The warriors of the Black Dragon approached the vehicle and they opened the door, but there was no one inside. All they saw, the last thing they saw, were the sticks of dynamite. The explosion tore open the stone wall. Smoke was rising into the night sky. Valentine's men swarmed into the compound, guns blazing. The Black Dragon warriors returned fire.
Come on, boys!
Freddy Valentine wasn't fond of walking or running, so he had Nicky drive him to the shootout in a luxury sedan. The hole in the fence was big enough. They opened the doors and crouched behind the engine block of his car.
Get down! Nothing can get through this engine block.
Shoot the bastards!
Valentine had put together a team of 7 men, including Little Nicky, his best lads, and enough guns to take on a whole army. 2 of the men were with Valentine and Nicky behind the car. 3 were crouching behind the smouldering remains of the still burning lorry. It didn't offer much protection, and the Black Dragon warriors had them in their crossfire. Their ranks were already thinning.
God damn it, keep shooting! This is England! You're gonna let those dirty foreigners take it from us?
Valentine was using a .357 caliber revolver with a carved handlebar. The first time he'd ever killed a man was with this very gun. Since then, he thought of it as his good luck charm. One of the dirty foreigners was leaning forward too far. Valentine put a bullet in him and saw his chest opening up like a rose in full bloom.
This is how you do it! How it's done, boys! Let's go!
Advance! Cover us!
They moved forward. Valentine knew to press his advantage. He and Nicky slid behind the black armored limousine that had pulled minutes before the assault.
We're sitting ducks out here!
You think this is my first time doing this?
3 wide steps led up to the main entrance. Above the entrance was an awning, held up by 3 massive concrete columns. Behind each of them was a Black Dragon warrior.
Yes, they're not giving up their cover.
They can wait us out. Bleed us dry.
We have to force their hand.
Little Nicky nodded. He pulled a small bottle from his pocket. A handkerchief was stuffed into the bottleneck. Nicky took out a lighter and lit the cloth.
Throw it!